Sometimes when I'm in the woods, I think I hear some voices off in the distance. Could be people, of course, but I said in some older videos that I was open to the idea of the paranormal. I don't really know if it exists or not. There's some stuff moving over there. But, I'd like to believe that there was more than just the natural world. And I'm open to it, of course, but, I just don't know. I'm not real sure. The only thing I know is what I can see. And if I were to see something unexplainable, which, when I was a kid, I had some experiences in some apartments a long time ago, real young. Paranormal, I would call it, but I question it now, even though a lot of people have seen stuff in these apartment complexes. But I feel, more at peace, though. It seems like when I'm in nature. I like to grow out my beard. It's kind of one, it hides my weak jawline, but it's also a symbol of my, it's kind of like an act of social defiance, the way I look at it. Kind of like Samson or John the Baptist. So more like a Nazarite thing. I mean, I'm single anyway, and never had sensual intimacy with any woman. There was one time I could have in 2008, but it was a long time ago. I was 14. This girl was 16. She had a friend that was 23. And, we dated, but it didn't last very long. She said, nice guys finish last. I know there's some equals out there that have never even had that opportunity. Part of the problem is my looks have rapidly degenerated. But, I like to meditate sometimes. I don't know your opinions on the whole meditation thing, but I'm kind of an advocate of it. And I was meditating one time. I was walking in the sun. I saw this name in my mind with my eyes closed, and the name was, this is how it was spelled out: Eyah. Eyah. So I was curious. I said, that kind of sounds like Native American, but I wasn't really sure. So I started to look up the name, and it can indicate nature, strength, independence, but there was also something about it being tied to the I am, or I am that I am, or the Holy Great One. And then there was another name I saw in my mind when I was meditating, and it was Ehohey. So, Hey, which I looked into that too, and I guess it could mean, again, I am who I am, or something similar. Anyway, there are some people in proximity to these woods. Unfortunately, I can't find true solitude since people are so dang close. I would like to find complete solitude without interactions from people, and that includes their dogs. But unfortunately, since the establishment of the Industrial Revolution, nature has been rapidly being destroyed. I mean, it's taken over a process of time. I fear, though, that a time will come when there will be almost no woods whatsoever, and we'll live in like some sort of circuit board dystopia or utopia, one of the two. And I don't know. I feel at peace more so in nature. I really do, because I don't have to interact with people. It's like it feels so soothing. And let's say, for the sake of possibility, there are spirits or whatever. We don't know, of course, but I would rather be around ghosts than I would living human beings. I just feel so much better. Ted K, he was considered crazy because he wanted to live out in the wild in Montana. The people, those of society, they considered him crazy. But that's just a part of brainwashing. You're brainwashed at an early age and told that, it's kind of implied that if you want to live out in nature, away from people, there must be something wrong with you. I've been doing this journey with mental retention for off and on for some time now. And I noticed after a very long process of withdrawals, dopamine, I feel so much better. And I have more strength and agility. But look at all this. Okay, even if there's a God, even if there's a creator, let's say for the sake of argument, it still doesn't change the fact that morals are an invention, okay? Maybe there's a creator out there that's concerned about our well-being. Who knows? We don't know. All we know is we're here. We don't know how we got here. But, But when I look at all this right here, all this is life. This is true living. This is where I'm happy. I'm not happy around people, I don't belong to society. I'm in society, but I'm not of it. It's kind of like the scripture in the book of John that Jesus says, you are in the world, but you're not of it. The word world, if I'm correct, if you can look this up, if I'm correct, it means belief system. So when Jesus said, you are in the world, but you are not of it. And then he said to the Jews, you are of this world, but I am not from this world. He was saying that you are of this belief system, but I am from a different realm. And I guess we could apply that with nature versus society. All people are natural creatures going by basic instincts in society, but some benefit from society and others don't. So for those who don't, they are in society, but they're not of it. Honestly, maybe this is just speaking out of some sort of dopamine rush, but if I lived in nature, perhaps I wouldn't have the longing to fall in love and belong. And the way I see it, psychologically, when you're around people and you don't belong to the tribe, you're going to be even lonelier. And my perspective is this, that's what the powers that are depend on. They depend on your loneliness, so that if you can't handle it, you fail to handle it, you snap, which helps their system make money. Many people, I would say, maybe they don't want to actually hurt people, but they feel like they're forced into it because they're not allowed to leave. I guarantee you, all the inkwells, if they could leave the system that is, they wouldn't even be concerned about killing people. In fact, in nature, we are taught, or we have this perception based on education, that people were always killing each other in nature before we became domesticated. I don't agree with that. I think, take it as it is, but either way, but I think that people only killed each other when it was absolutely necessary. I mean, look at all the animals. You think all the animals in nature are trying to fight each other just for the hell of it? No, because they have to take into consideration all the risk of being harmed, or whether they'll win or not. Animals in nature only fought when it was necessary. Dominance, mating, confrontation. So killing did happen, but I just heard a weird noise over there. But doesn't mean it was common. Now, some of the okay, let's say for the sake of argument, there are spirits in the woods. Let's just say, and some of the spirits are natives. You really think this is on a tangent, okay? But let's say for the sake of argument, ghosts are real, okay? Just for the possibility, and some of them are Native Americans. If these entities, some white person walks in the woods, you really think they're going to be happy? If you're a ghost and you die, your personality's not going to change. So if you see some white man, washaku, and that word means greedy white man. Now, I didn't look that word up. I'm not going to tell you how I understood what that word meant, but I can tell you after I did understand washaku meant greedy white man, I started to look up the word to see if there's any legitimacy to the word. And I've been in the woods off and on for some time. So I said to myself, that sounds Native American. So I started to look up the word washaku to see if there's any legitimacy to it. I believe it's washaku, and the word means greedy white man, or a man who steals fat. It's an insult given to the colonizers during the time when they came over and slaughtered the natives. And to be honest, our ancestors did do that. And why do you think we're in the mess we're in? Nature's been taken over by greedy cocksuckers, white Kazarian Jews. The Jews that run everything, the U.S., and I would even say the world, they're white Kazarian Jewish people. They used Christianity and Judaism, and they slaughtered the natives, took over the land. There's a verse in the book of Enoch. It states that the earth cries out, for the blood of the slain has been shed, the blood of the innocent. Enoch used the earth almost like a personification of something personal, conscious. And it states that the earth cried out, for the blood of the innocent has been shed. Then it goes on to mention the Great One. Now, in Native Americans, they called this being the Great Spirit, the Eternal Spirit that binds all things, the Holy Great One. Ahea is what they called it. Kind of similar to Aya. But in these videos, I go into several tangents, several discussions. I mean, I don't have any friends, so to speak. And as an equal, you can't trust people anyway. So, I mean, I don't. So I like to make these discussions and post them. So this is pretty much it for right now. All I got right now.